Okay, what I did here was, okay, I look out the same window a lot up towards Dick Blick, and there's some anomalies that I find that at different times that I record, these objects look different quite often. So I just took some stills and I'm going to compare them. You see this? This is what it should normally look like when I look out at the um, the house in front of Dick Blick. The house right. Oops. Okay. And here's a different picture, different time of day. Um, Pretty much the same thing. Okay. And then you'll notice that things have changed. This thing is actually looks like it's came out farther and it's in front of this telephone pole rather than behind it. And there's a strange green mat that is quite straight. It's right here. And this is fake. These are not real. These are not real trees. These are not real trees. Although there is a real tree there, there is a hologram in front of it. And you can kind of see the strangeness. You can see the straight lines going through here. They're like a hologram wall or background that they're using to project these images to hide whatever it is they're trying to hide up here. And here's another picture where this thing changes drastically. I think when I first recorded this, I was freaking out. Like, what the hell, man? This gutter turned into a snake. I mean, you can see this part of the gutter. I mean, it's like it's not even part of the house anymore. It's like sticking out way far. And you've got this straight line that goes right through here. That just proves that there's some kind of hologram background right here. This has no definition. It looks like, I mean, just crappy. It doesn't look real. And neither does this over here. And you can see all the white fuzziness because they're spraying crap. And I mean, it could just be the background is made to look like that too. The little fuzzy whiteness, you know, just to break up the picture. And here's a comparison of them. You'll see, look at where this thing is. It's like, I don't know, you could say, you know, you can see it right here. The edge of this thing is right here with the telephone pole, right? And the edge of this thing, even though it's done from a little different area, is right here with the telephone pole. Now look at this thing. You see that? Notice his nose. It's not a lot, right? But it's sticking out. It's past this telephone pole some, right? And now, right here, it's for sure past the telephone pole. It's way sticking out, right? Then you'll notice, you can notice really good in this picture. I mean, it looks like there's literal tubing back here. Look at this. What the hell is this? It's what they're hiding. It's one of the things they're trying to hide back here. This huge straight tube. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it's holding up the image. That's what I think it's doing right now. That's what I think it's doing. And you can see it right here. But it's more or less a tree. See that? And it kind of looks like a water faucet. And then these right here, this stuff right here, I can't say for sure, but everywhere where I start noticing these things where I think there's like a hologram background going on, you've got all these white lines. They make them look like power lines, right? But then they go through the trees. It all goes through the trees. Oh, look here. Missed that. There's the evil eye. Those are everywhere. because this is some kind of a drone spaceship sort of thing. And who knows, it might not even be that. It might just be the damn hologram background made to look that way. But these lines go through here, and it's going up to this telephone pole. It's a background. I don't know if they wrap around this telephone pole and then these things come back and they project this image here, and this one projects this image here. Just, you can tell by the angle of it, right? The angle of these things is different from the other side, so you've got one background here, and you've got one background here, and you've got another one that overlaps right here. I mean, you can see the damn line. It doesn't look natural, right? Look, you got a crack right here in the roof. Look, you see that? It's not right. It's happening right here. Look, there's an outline around these things because they're not real. There's an outline right here. Right here. It's covering it up. See, this thing didn't actually come out from the house. This thing right here is just making it look that way. For whatever reason. Whatever they're hiding up there. Okay. And this, I pointed this out because in the other pictures it actually looks like a satellite above it. Right? It looks like a satellite sitting on a roof. And what I think here, what we're trying to do, I think we're trying to project a satellite. We're trying to make this look like what was sitting there. But instead, it looks like one of these orb type things. It looks like it's got a head. I mean, it looks like a damn bug, scorpion looking thing. That's what it looks like, but it looks like it's trying to look like the satellite dish that was sitting here on a roof. It's just, you know, not doing it that well. Not at that moment, at least. Oops. And here goes some weirdness. This is really weird. Okay, see, here's a different picture of that same thing. And this actually looks like the satellite. Right? And then here's a light pole. This is all fake. This is the object that's doing it. I don't know. Maybe that light pole thing back here is real. But I mean, how does a satellite go translucent? I mean, explain that one. Right? Plus, it don't even look like it. I mean, it looks like the tail of something, like some type of wingnut sort of thing. Right? But look, this is where I, right up on the Dick Blick roof. This is the weirdest thing. You look at this, I mean, these look like security cameras. This looks like a air vent that's on top of here. Right? But if you look at this all, this looks like CGI. This looks fake. There's no definition to any of this stuff. This looks like the stuff they show when they show stuff in space. It looks like the same technology. That's what it looks like. And look at this guy right here. Tell me this isn't creepy as hell. Right? Look at this. Right? Yeah. Look at that. What is this? I mean, he's obviously hiding behind here, right? Half of him's vegetation. Half of him is there, right? It looks just like these little drones that hide in the trees. They've all got scary eyes on them, right? I mean, look, he's got these little things coming out of him, right? He's got one coming out of him here. All this shit is fake, right? This right here is fake. You'll see it later. I mean, they look like little green men that are up here. These are you know, just something for you to look at, something to distract your eyes. This is all fake right here. And look, this is where I started noticing that I think they're putting up a background. Look, you see these lines coming through here? They all lead to this telephone pole. And if you look really close, you can see it all right here, right underneath the line I'm making. There is a line. And it all comes back to here. Look, there's some more. Right? I don't know where it ends right here, but look, you got lines right here. Look, and if you look right in this area, you can see them. There's a bunch of them right in here. Right? And this right here, I mean, it almost looks like, look, like we got a ladder coming through here. Or we got a, something that you walk on, like a dock or something. I mean, they're literally just making some kind of alternate reality in front of my face, right? And you can see this, you can see the lens right here coming off this thing, whatever it is, right? Oh, and you can see all the little lines right here. Look. All this right here. Because they're all, look, and then you got them coming over here. Look, they're all hiding what's going on up here. They're creating this fake reality. So, me guessing on what's really up here is kind of a joke. I got an idea of what I see. I think there are objects up here, and what they do is there's a ton of cameras up here, real cameras, maybe not those what we see, but those, we see lights. And I think they're just literally up there screwing with our reality. These things are up here just screwing around. See, this is just the same exact area at a different time, maybe a different day, and boom, what is this? Look, you got this thing that I pointed out earlier coming across here. The little green men are behind here. Look, you got these lights now. You've got all this stuff, like I pointed out earlier, going across here. But now, look, it's totally different. I mean, I guess we're hiding the security cameras that are supposed to be here. I'll move on, because I can do a better comparison here in a minute. Another different picture, a different image, right? It's different from this. Okay. Another one. Little green men. Here's another one. Here's a different one. Alright, something else is going on. Here's a really strange one. This one's really strange. You know what it looks like sometimes when you look up here? I don't know if this is the best picture. I guess I'm going to have to use it. Well, I don't know. It looks like damn Robot Man up here with like he's a gunner behind a bunch of sandbags, like with a machine gun. That's what he looks like, but instead of shooting bullets, he's shooting holograms all over the whole neighborhood. That's what he looks like he's up there doing. Just up there just pissing around. It's like they're up there just working. Like making sure everything works. Like they're getting ready for the frickin' alien invasion. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe I can draw in what I see a little bit. It's kind of difficult. I don't know. Because sometimes this right here, in different pictures, it looks like one of those vents they have on top of there, right? But then what is this? I mean, it literally right here looks like a wing. And then it looks like a damn bird face right here. Here's your eyeball and here's his beak. Right? You can't really tell what's going on here. And then you've got this square metal box, right? You can see it right here. And look at this. It's got like a miniature Eiffel Tower on top of its head. You can see that. And it's all square for the most part. Well, kind of outlining the little green guy back there. I don't know. Can't really make out what's going on. You got your little evil eyes right here looking at me. Almost looks like a mouth. I mean, what's really going on? It's hard to say. I kind of think these guys are just here to block whatever's behind there. We're not supposed to see what's back here. This right here is more than likely a lens. Right here. It's just a lens. Maybe it goes more up here. Yeah, that's probably what we're looking at right here. This is probably a lens in front of this whole thing right here. Yep. So what this lens is doing is taking these little drones and blowing them up so you can't see what's really behind here. And here's a comparison of all the pictures. I mean, you can see this, how different these all look. Right? I mean, you really can't quite tell. I mean, you can tell, like in these pictures, you can tell, like, okay, this isn't the same image, right? That's over here. I mean, yeah, it is. It looks like the same thing. But, ooh, back to that picture. Let me go back to that one. Yeah, look at these. What is that? Look at this. This is what I see often up there. Look. Look at this. What is this? Look. It looks like there's somebody up there controlling it. I mean, it looks like a damn drone robot controlling it. It's hard to really make out what I'm looking at. But you can see this isn't in any of the other pictures. See, it's got all these cylinders in it. And, man, it's so hard to make out. You've got this, right? And these are all connected. They're connected to this, right? I mean, you can't really tell what's going on here, but, man, it's strange. It's something odd. It's not good. It surely doesn't look good. And this down here, you can see right here, we got a little hologram, translucent hologram. Right? And I think that's why I started peeking this out, because there was something really big and strange down here. I mean, it looked like a 12-foot giant down here. And it's something. It's a ship of some nature, but it's translucent and can't really tell what it is. It's something. It's scary. Yeah, it's kind of hard with these because it just made it so much smaller. It's a lot harder to actually make out what we're seeing in here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Look at that. There's always things inside of things. Like, is this what's really there? Oops. Is this the thing that's really there? You know, it's just invisible and everything else is not there. Everything else is really fake. The stuff you can see is fake, but then maybe the only real thing is this right here. The thing that looks invisible that you can see through because it's using cloaking technology. And that's probably the case. And this is the exact same area. I went up to it at night just to get a good look at it. And this is what you see. This is what you see when you look up in that area. Look, it's just a big, cloudy, translucent mess right here. And they're probably just UFOs. That's probably what they are. cloaked UFOs, and they're all coming out of these ships above here, and they're just piling in, getting ready for the alien invasion. Look at this. You see it starting to come in, right? And I imagine all this stuff right here are just ships, and look, they're opening up their little docks, and there's ones right here, and they're coming out. And that's what's going on up here. I'm really getting sick of this shit. Now look at this. This is, I believe, maybe the area that I'm actually seeing. Look, this is, right here is where you see the bird-looking thing that I was just drawing around. Look. Look, you've got all these things right here. And look, this looks like a thing coming down from a UFO. Like, I just imagine this thing right here is a big mother ship, a big circular one, right? And here's like the dock area where they come down and walk down. Wow. I'm surprised these things haven't killed me yet. I've messed with them a lot. I bet you I'll be the first one dead, though, when they show themselves. Look at this. Look at this over here, this little space fish. I know it's hard to see. But then I closed in on it. Look at that. It reminds me of a helicopter with its side open. There's probably somebody hanging out of it, right? Look, and you got a rudder on here. Like a fish. A fin. And look, it's actually more clear now that I backed up, right? But look, you got a damn stairway to heaven right here, huh? And look at that. That's like all the hoses that come popping out, right? And you can see the roundness right here. And you just have this big black nothingness that you can't tell what the hell it is. Look, and then you've got this over here that's all cloaked and you can't see. All you can do is see behind it. You see just this manifestation of clouds and powder. It's unbelievable. Now you can see the other one. Now watch this. It's clearly there, right? Huh. Look at this. Mind you, this is a couple seconds later. Where'd it go? All I did was move my camera a little bit. Look. You see that? Manifest. Gone. You can see a little tiny bit of it. Is it moving? Did it just move out of the way? Move out of my sight? Look, you can see a little bit of it, right? And just disappears. I mean, you can see stuff up there. You can see something, right? But what was visible is now hidden. Right? I don't think it went anywhere. I think it just cloaked itself. And I thought this was funny right here. This is supposed to be a telephone pole. Which, I mean, if it started doing this, right, because I was turning the camera too fast, why do I see everything lining up perfectly behind it? Like, this is supposed to be a cloud going through it, and this is, and this is. You can see all these lines going through it. You can see perfectly behind it. It's a hologram. It's not real. And what's funny is, if I removed the camera from my face right now, I would not see those telephone poles. They're just fake. They're there to hide stuff. And you know what's funny? I actually called the guy that owns this place because I was so freaked out about it. And the guy acted halfway interested, like, oh, really? Oh, that's cool. That's kind of crazy. And I sent him a couple videos. They're on there right now. And never heard a word from him. And, you know, I passed it off at first and said, yeah, okay, yeah. He's probably going, okay, dude, whatever. You're seeing shit. You're crazy. But then I got to thinking, you know what? I told him, hey dude, just tell me what I'm looking at. What am I looking at? You know, explain this to me. What is this? Look at that. I mean, this just looks like a bird or a drone. It just looks like it's racing by. And that's probably what this is. You know what? It's probably a ship right there, and it's set up, and that's what it's doing. It's projecting this telephone pole. That's probably exactly what this is right here. Only I'm seeing it right now because I don't know, because I'm moving my camera around. That's exactly what this is. It is a drone up there, and it's just projecting this telephone pole hologram. That's what it's doing. Alright, anyways, that guy, he never said a word back to me. I mean, he's got my phone number, my email address. He just never bothered to respond. Well, you know what? I don't think he has an answer. I don't think he can say, oh, bud, you're just looking at something else that's going on up there. You don't have an answer. That's why you can't say anything to me. This is sitting on top of Dick Blick. I mean, look at this. Look at how many colors are up here. Black, blue, dark blue, light blue, white, orange, red, black. I mean, purple. Come on. That's ridiculous. This is not... The sky does not look like some kind of oil painting. I mean, this just looks ridiculous. This is not real. This is a bunch of white powder in the sky. It's making it look like this and making the image or the picture look like crap. Look at this. You see these tubes right here? You know what these are? These are the cigar UFOs that you see all the time. That would explain what this whole black mass is. It is a bunch of cigar UFOs. Right there. I can't believe I didn't see that at first. That's what this is. And that's what it's doing. They're hiding them. They're a bunch of cigars. And they've got a bunch of drones inside of them. They're like motherships. And look at that. I know it looks like shit, but there's a bunch of them right here. Look, and there's our little fake little drone telephone pole guy. And yes, I know the picture looks like shit, but that's what they're doing. That's the way they make it look. Look at that. There's a gap right there, and you got a bunch of little drone ships, and they're all coming out of there. Look. And there they are. Look at them. Just look at all that. Look at that. It looks like a damn oil painting. Just splotches everywhere. There's just splotches of color. Look at that. The light doesn't help it any. It makes it look worse. It just looks so fake. Look at that. Look, there's a ship. Look at that. There's a bunch of cigars up there. Look at that. There's a big old cigar. Okay, I think that's about it. There might be something else. Yep. And that's it.